Gambia. This is Star TV, and you're watching the Breakfast Show. Well, we're glad to be back. Sheikh Gay, like always, together with Jacqueline Coley, and we're sending our greetings to each and every one of you, wherever you might be watching us from. This is the Breakfast Show, like I said, and good morning, Jacqueline. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. How about you?
Pretty much okay.
That's nice.
I am good.
Yeah.
Very much okay. Waaye nag léegi-léegi ma xelaat ëllëg am nga koor gaa ngi war a commencé rek am lu génn ci man xiif yombut Jacqueline.
What's that?
xiif koor gi di ñëw nii Jacqueline.
Yow dal ngaa caalit di.
non du pour man.
Pour kan
dafa am ñi ma koo fiilal.
Okay.
sekkeen yi njuubeen yi njaayeen yi.
I see.
njaween yi su desee si man rek ay am okay Jacqueline.
Baax
mun
na
naa
daal.
mun naa toog di wirda rek di sabal turi yàlla.
Okay.
waaye ñooñ dama leen ciiram waaye yow yaa ngi ci biir naka la mel ba yow adop nga léegi miin nga.
It is what it is.
Jacqueline jaar naa la ngir yàlla bàyyi leen daw wax ji.
De du ma dee daw wax sax xam nga.
yéen ñu jiitu yéen ñu njëkk a commencé.
Yeah, but
yéen biir war na ko miin léegi.
we are not allowed to discuss, when we are fasting or something like that.
No, this is not about discussion. This is about just xam naa ne biir bi war na ko miin. That's
Yeah.
what I said.
Even if I'm fasting, someone else apart from me shouldn't know, according to the Bible. So that's why I don't like being asked about.
No, that
are you
is
fasting?
that is if you're out there trying to show people that yaa ngi or doing it in your own way with
Yes.
style. But bi waxtaan la ma ne.
I don't even want to engage in discussing it at all. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Amul problème. aw ba lu Jacqueline di daw foofu waaye jaaxal na ma Jacqueline affaire am mii war ngeen ko lijjante. Jacqueline yow dinaa yónni ay am ndaw ñu lijjante sa affaire bu baax a baax ñaata fan ngeen amagum. You don't
I'm
want to
not
discuss about
counting.
it. Why?
I'm not counting.
You're not counting.
No.
Okay.
But I know we're finishing on the 7th. On the 7th is Good Friday.
It's always easy.
7th of
It's always
April.
easy to know when you're finishing. But ñaata ngeen am ak yooyu noonu.
I'm not counting.
You're not counting.
Yeah.
But you're fasting. Oh, you're not allowed to discuss about that as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we will of course take a look at the commodity prices on this program, and of course, we will review the newspapers. We've got 3 newspapers with us. We will review them. We'll take a look at some internationals and what's trending on social media. jërë ngeen jëf mbokk yi ñu ngi leen a gërëm bu baax di leen dalal ci biir kër gi am mbégte lool dellusiwaat ak yéen ci programme bi màgg bile muy di Breakfast Show ñu am ci mbégte lool nag di leen tatagal di ñaan yàlla koor gi nga xam ne moom lañ digmal si yàlla mais ñu fekkee ko te jàmm te tal ko incha allahu rabbi su ko defee ñu dugg ci si bismillahi rahmaani rahim jeexal ko ci alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin mu doon koor gu ànd ak ngénneel mu doon koor goo xam ne fa la ñoo bàyyeekoo rek ñun ñëpp yàlla defal ñu lu kawe suñ njort li nga xam ne moom lañ mébéb yàlla sottal ko yàlla aar ñu si sàmm ñu làq ñu fu yàq àggut yàlla ñu si yàlla mosal yàlla suturaal ñu yàlla bette ñu bànneex ba képp ku ci ne ku am soxla làmb poosam mun koo faj ci saa si daraja yonent bi tedd bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam dañoo dem break bu ñu del suwaatee ñu seet li nga xam ne moo ne ci marché bi su ko defee ñu bàyyi leen price jërëjëf su ko defee ñu dal suwaat ak yéen ci programme bi muy The Breakfast Show ñu am ci mbégte loolu dal suwaat ak yéen comme noonu ñu waxee ko ci njëlbeen li ñoo def rek mooy ñu commencé prices si la nga xam ne moom lañ leen amal su ko defee ñu yeggee leen ko ndax nit ñi mën see sukkandiku bu baax ci koor gi di ñëw nag ñu ngi ñaan yàlla price yi wàññeeku lool ndax fii mu toll gis nañ ne tar na métti na te am yu mel noonu am nañ ñenn ñoo xam ne wax dëgg neex yàlla bu tolloo fii mu toll dinañu am jafe-jafe lool ci koor gi le tax na ñu ngi rafet njort ne dina war a wàññeeku laata ñuy dugg ci biir wala sax buñ demee ba sori ci biir buñ sañoon sax duñ àgg fii mu àgg wala tey sax lay wàññeeku parce que dafa métti bi tey ndax ku seet American Black Friday ñu ne benn saaku maalo mu ngi toll ci $1,800 nga gis ñenn ñi seen am buñ ci jëndee saaku maalo war cee fay luwaas su dee ñu ngi dëkk ci kër koo xam ne mooma leen ko seen bopp dina métti lool ci biir réew mi muy $1,800 la njëgi American Black Friday waaye sadam mu ngi toll ci $2,000 $300 yi moo gën a seer saako sukur ak ca sukur ni mu mel ci koor gi le nga xam ne dinañ koy faral sax di ko joxe di ci nuyu ay nit di leen jox sukur ndax sukur lu bari ñu bari ci koor gi wala sax suñu njëboone ñëpp sukur dañ koy soxla lu bari ñu gis ne mu ngi toll ci $2,400 yi waaye ñu gis ne saako lijong muy toll ci $1,200 moom it dafa yéeg lool mooy bi nga xam ne mu ngi bàyyi ko bitim réew waaye bi ñoo bee ci réew mi mu toll ci $900 yi waaye ñu gis ne 20 litre gallon bu diwlin moom it yokku na ci $2,100 yi 10 litre bi toll ci $1,100 yi am ñu ko jaay $1,150 5 litre bi toll ci $650 yi muy diw bi nga xam ne mooy nelaw bu dul nelaw toll ci $725 moom it mu xala yokku tuuti waaye ñu ne 20 litre gallon bu diwtiir moom lañ gis ne ba tey mu ngi toll ci $2,500 yi saako furiñ toll ci $2,250 tamaate marita 2 kilo bi carton bi toll ci $975 benn pot bi toll ci $180 elephant bi toll ci $950 benn pot bi toll ci $175 saako dugub buñ soxa mu toll ci $3,500 ci li ñu jot a bàyyi xel mboq toll ci $2,900 yi beef muy ndawale kese nga xam ne du rax benn yax mu toll ci $300 yi waaye meat and bone ci beef toll ci $350 yi meat and bone toll ci $300 yi carton yi ginaar muy carton yi nga xam ne fukki ginaar a ci ne ginaar yi peese 1.3 yi mu ngi toll ci $1,700 yi bi nga xam ne mooy peese 1.2 moo toll ci $1,600 yi benn full chicken toll ci 180 am ñu ko jaayee 190 boobu mooy ginaar bi nga xam ne mooy peese 1.3 waaye ñu gis ne carton chicken legs mu ngi toll ci $1,000 yi chicken wings bu dija bi muy mbaggi ginaar yi mu ngi toll ci $1,300 yi waaye bu sew bi lool mu ngi toll ci $1,150 benn kilo bu dija bi toll ci $150 bu sew bi toll ci $130 muy price si li nga xam ne nit ñi mën na ci mën a sukkandiku su ko defee ñu xam lan lañ njëg li ne ci marché bi su ko defee ñu gërëm leen bu baax ci ànd bu rafet yi ngeen ànd ak ñun ci programme bi la muy The Breakfast Show Cheikh Gueye ànd ci ak Jacqueline Koli dinañ dem break bu ñu del suwaatee ñu seet li nga xam ne moo ne ci kayiti xibaar yi su defee ñu def ci am jàngat ñu ànd ci ak Jacqueline Koli. Well, it's time to take a look at the three newspapers that we have before us. Jacqueline, take us through.
Yeah, we have the Standard, Fourier, and the Punch newspaper. Another main headline on the Standard this morning is ex-editor Auditor General reacts to President, says Barrow's comments exposes general lack of knowledge about audit. And also, ferry boat stranded for 12 hours and patient dies in ambulance. Barrow defense ski report contract and NPP nominates over 90 councillors, 2 drown at Bakau Beach. Gambian MP addresses Russian parliament and compensations delay could send most Jame victims to ECOWAS. And court set to rule on appeal of man sentenced for stealing staff salaries and anti-corruption commission bill deferred. On the back page of the Standard, scorpions converge in Morocco. On foreign, where we've seen a state asks IGP to produce Khadija Kebe, first ever media development indicators report launch, 16 NPP aspirants filed nominations in Brikama, 14 candidates submit nomination under NPP in KMC, and Mayor Bensouda clarifies rumors surrounding the Mbalit project, and stranded ferry resumes operations after 12 hours in sea. On the Point newspaper, Al-Rihaj CEO denies beating and maltreatment of staff. GFSC apologizes for Kunta Kinte stock in sea amid loss of life. And the Assembly fails to consider anti-corruption bill due to inconsistency. That's bad. Barrow justifies security report contract. Very similar stories as that to the Fourier. And UN water conventions in line with Constitution of the Gambia, says the Water Resource Minister. Gambia and FDA signed 15.5 million euros funding agreement. These are some of the stories what we'll be discussing this morning. First, we begin with the most talked about and about the most watched interview aired on Star TV on Friday. Interview was conducted by Malik Jones with President Adama Barrow. Now, President Barrow said that the audit reports are just mere opinions, and ever since that, it has received a lot of backlash on social media, wherein the former auditor General Karamba Toure. He said President Barrow's claim that audit reports are just mere opinions exposes the general lack of knowledge about audit and audit reports. Now, speaking in a Star TV interview, like I rightfully said, President Barrow saying that the audit reports are just mere opinions prepared by individuals who could be biased or make mistakes. Now, in his reaction, the former Auditor General, Mr. Toure, said that while it is true that audit reports are opinions or judgments made by auditor, they are the results of diligent performance in good faith and with integrity, the gathering and objective evaluation of evidence. He added that an audit is a service that provides assurance to the owners of an entity that it is operating well. Auditing is defined as a systematic and independent examination of data, statements, records, operations, and performances, financial or otherwise, of an enterprise for a stated purpose. In any auditing, the auditor perceives and recognizes the proposition before him for examination, collects evidence, evaluates, and on his basis formulates his judgment, which is communicated through his audit report. Any subject matter may be audited, he said. And, a lot of people have frowned against it. If you take a look at the definition of auditing, it's collecting data and everything. I think it could be opinions, but the opinion is based on facts. You understand? Because then you audit, look at the data and everything that is compromised within that entity to see how well that entity is doing, and if the finances are going through the right channel, are they being invested into the right proportions and all. So it might be an opinion, but it's opinion based on facts and evidence.
Basically, the audit opinion is a very important part of the audit report. Understand? And because it's commonly more, it makes a statement about the company's financial status to investors. So the audit report provides picture of the company's financial performance in a given fiscal year. So any report or because after audit that they include a opinion dina advise dina le wax li ak yoy non, but xam nga fokk mu bari some backlash, fokk mu bari some opinions, fokk nit ñi gisee ko neneen ak yoy, because am na ñoo xam ne dañ ko jàppee ne xam nga so ne it's just an opinion, meaning it was not factual. So ñeneen ñooñu lañ ko gisee ne it's not factual, because moo tax démba bi ñu ko wax maa ngi read benn defi ne su fekkee ne it's just a mere opinion, then why not ñu make corruption illegal? am na ñuy xelaati noonu. If it's a mere opinion, then make it illegal, because the next time maybe someone will go corrupt and then nga jàpp ko audit report bi génn
it's just a mere opinion.
This is just a mere opinion.
Exactly.
That's not exactly what really transpired. So ñu bëgg a understand, ñu bëgg a wax loolu opinion bi comme ni nga ko réedee, yes, but xam nga buñ sukkandiku ci foofu rek ne lii la nangam so moo tax president statement bi obviously bi mu ko waxee ba léegi by force nit ñi dal. Karamba Touré is right for him to come out, xam nga being the former auditor general, then su ko defee moom it mu indi ci ay leeral, indi ci ay gesto, su ko defee nit ñi xam ku ci mel ni man, ku ci mel ni yow, ñeneen ñoo xam ne we're not auditors and we don't know much about this, then su ko defee ñu gën see jàngee bu baax a baax.
And soo gisee tam nit yi di ko jënd ak ñaawlu sax nu mu jógee si nguur gi la ki nga xam ne moo amee réew mi moo tax nit yi di ko gën a ñaawlu comme nu mu ko waxee. I think it's lack of knowledge about audit, because maybe if he knew what really is all about auditing and all, perhaps he wouldn't have made that statement to say it's just a mere opinion. In my own case. Yeah.
Maybe he was somewhere out of context or whatever. But ci waxin bi la. So waxee tam nit ñi foofu la ñoo déggee. Nit ñi foofu la ñoo déggee, because comme dama ko def all the time am na wax yoo xam ne soo ko waxee once génn na rek dafa.
And it depends on also how you said it, because according to how you say mu ne Malik opinion rek la. That's how we said
exactly.
it. So
moo tax ma wax la loolu moo tax am na yoo xam ne dama ko dee wax xëy na, for example, I'm not saying ne loolu la miin damaa joxe exemple. Xëy na moom daf ko waxee nii rek pour wane ne non ok demeewut comme ni ko nit ñi jàppee whatever affaire opinion la yooyu nit ñi jël ko out of context. understand xëy na fi ko nit ñi yóbbu sax ak moom fi ma waxee du benn. But soo nekkee njiit o nga nekk ku munti doon gis nga wax dafa important. Because ni nga waxee noonu la ñu bari foofu la ñu bari di déggee.
na rafet rek
ñeneen di déggee feneen. so once wax nga ko rek daf di open to any kind of interpretation. pour ñeneen ñi dañ ko interpréter nii ñeneen interpréter ko ñeneen waxee ko neneen moo tax soo demee ba nit di dégg wax jooju naan ok président bi mu ne opinion la kon corruption warta nekk big deal. gis nga kooku fan la déggee
waaw gis nga fu
moom fu muy fan la déggee waaw ne comme que président bi ne opinion la then corruption warta nekk big deal. because if you're corrupt ñu jàppala suñu waxee da ngaa ne loolu just my opinion la. gis nga kooku foofu la déggee keneen mu ngi déggee feneen. so moo tax it's always important soo waxee muy nekk loo xam ne nit ñi at least dinañ ci am benn jublu ci benn ñëpp suñu gestoo donte du mun a nekk benn sax waaye ñu ëpp doole ci ni ñuy gestu def njàngat ci li nga wax mu nekk benn affaire bi.
Most definitely. And moving on, a ferry boat was stranded for 12 hours and a patient died in the ambulance. Now, the Gambia Ferry Service has said the vessel Kunta Kinte, which was stranded at sea for 12 hours, had been entangled in a fishing net near Bara. On Sunday, the ferry got stuck with passengers and vehicles at Bara for 12 hours, causing public outcry and outrage. A sick person in an ambulance on the ferry died during the long ordeal.
Whoa.
Confronted by journalist Lamin Jawara, general manager of the ferry services and one of the vessel's rudder propellers got entangled, said one of the vessel's rudder propellers got entangled with a fishing net, a frequent occurrence near the landing side in Bara. As a result of this, the ferry was not able to move and spent the night at the Bara landing site when it happened. The captain rushed and removed the net and attempted to ply back to Banjul, but was hindered by low tide, Jawara added. He said the ferry was able to resume service yesterday morning. It was an unfortunate and regrettable incident. We apologize to all the passengers and Gambians at large, a remorseful Jawara said, adding that it is beyond his office control. Our objective is to provide effective, safe, and reliable transportation for people and goods. Issues like this are bound to happen, but we are working closely with our partners, the Gambia Maritime Administration, Gambia Navy, and others to prevent incidences of such nature, he added. Commenting on the death of the patient who was being evacuated to Banjul, Jawara described the incident as unfortunate and highly regrettable. As we speak, there is a team heading to Medina Sitting Mass to visit the family of the deceased. Our condolences go to the family. We will do our best to prevent reoccurrence of such incidents, he disclosed. The GPA Managing Director Usman Jabata described the incident as unfortunate. We will not relent in our efforts to continue to provide the necessary resources for the ferries because even with the tariff increment, the revenue that the ferry is generating is not even enough to recover their costs, he said. It was unfortunate, that a life eventually was lost during the 12 hours, stranded at sea.
You know what comes to my mind, Zakian? Most of the time, they avoid their sunny and
Yeah.
the sea, should be clean as well. No land where they clean it, no sea bitam they clean it.
Wow.
And then fishing net. So like it's not good anymore. It's not, you're not using that fishing net. Then by help fan you place this fishing nets. Buko sani or buko tek fo xamne xalé dañ ko jëlat ñu dugal ko ci geej bi so déggé muy wax né the rudder propeller entangles with the fishing net it's only because dafa am lu fa nekk so the thing is like it's unfortunate. This is not what they wish for. Their objective is to provide effective, safe service, whatever. But nit ñi duñ gisee foofu. dañoo gisee ne negligence la. ndax waruñ te bàyyi xel all the time. ndax I don't know whether dañ di war di clean area boobu noonu all the time whether am nañ anything loo xam ne dañ ko war di bàyyi xel pour am nga ñuy gis ay nets or whatever because once nga am fa ay fishing net su wax na dëgg because su ñu laxasoo si propeller bi du mën a move and if the propeller didn't move then obviously ferry bi du dem so moo tax dañu war a nit ñi su ma waxee si sayte nit ñi mooy nit ñi dañu war a bàyyi lu nekk ñu sànni ko si biir géej gi moo dee waral lii mun naa ñàkk a nekk fishing net sax mun naa nekk ay yére who knows mun naa nekk waxuma ne bii moo ko bii yére la li ma miin mooy ay yére ay mbuus ay yooyu mun naa ne fi propeller bi fishing net the same thing nañ bàyyi di sànni dara si biir si géej bi borom gaal yi nañ moytu suñ seen mbaal ak dara su yaaxoo dañ ko di génnee ci biti buñ ko sànni ci géej gi jàppane dina dem yes waaye dafa am feneen foo xam ne fa la moo toog dina indi ay loraange so ñoom tamit nañ wax de foog naa I don't know whether they have that mechanism I don't know whether they are doing that or they've been doing it or whatever waaye war nañ di bàyyi xel around that end pour every time ñu seet na dañ mën a gis a short of of that ay fisnet ay yene yoo xam ne mun naa indil péféer bi jafe-jafe.
Yeah,
mun naa
and
dem laxas yi
yeah,
propeller.
and the maritime administration and that of the Gambian Navy, definitely they should come, once in a while, trying to clean the
Clean the
sea,
sea,
to
yeah,
ensure
man.
such incidences does not occur.
Exactly.
Because it's not something that you say, okay, we will definitely completely avoid such.
No.
Dunyaka,
Du ñàkk moom.
Come back and forth rek more sad, but stuffs like this happen not even in the Gambia.
Yeah.
It happens everywhere. Do they nyaka? But then I think the Gambia Navy and the Maritime Administration should definitely help in coming out at least once in a while, maybe once every month, to clean the sea, to ensure around the crossing point, to ensure such a thing does not happen again.
ñoom ñu ngi wax ne
They're working
closely
closely
with
to
the
prevent
partners.
such incidences
Yeah,
of this
understand
nature.
nañ
But
loolu, but mënuñ ta accept another thing like that again, because su fekkee ne xëy na xaw ma ndax mos nañoo daal I can't remember, waaye du ñàkk parce que ferry bi la géej gi la lu nekk dafa di happen, but all the time war nañ di gestu loolu comme li nga wax de clean the sea ak def yeneen they need to work with their partners. waaye nit ñi tam dañu war a moytu nekkul ne lu nekk nga jël saani si géej gi. comme fii ngay gis nawet jot mu taw nit ñi gën a jël seen mbalit tuur ko ci biti pour ndox mi yóbbu ko. ndox mu dafa am feneen fu moo dem. am na foo xam ne su fa àggee du mun a tee romba dafaa nekk blockage. den ndox mi waroon na ñëw pour romba ndox bi du mun a flotte. so loolu mooy waral ngay am ay floods ak yooyu noonu. su fekkee ne foofu dafa nekk ay prone area rek ñooñu am nañ problème. the same thing applies to the sea. am na yoo xam ne soo leen ko fa defee dafa rey sax jën yi faa nekk. duñ mun a am a breathing space. duñ mun a def dara ak yooyu noonu so da ngaa gis ne problème bi dafa bugg di bëri nit ñi dañu war a change attitude. ñu bàyyi yenn ñoo sànni si géej gi understand nga waaye tam ñoom dañ work with their partners closely to see xam nga ne def nañ jël nañ steps necessary su nekkee ne géej bi dañ ko dee mën a clean they have to go and do that ñu ko def from time to time just to avoid such happening again.
Most definitely. And moving on, NPP nominates over 90 councillors. Well, I think Barrow was kind of serious when he said they want the Gambia to go grey during these elections. Yes, they have presented 90 councillors. The national ruling party for NPP yesterday nominated over 90 candidates across the country ahead of the 15 April area council elections. In Banjul, the party filed nominations for all 9 wards, while in KM, the NPP is contesting 14 wards, leaving the rest to APRC. We are very hopeful that we are going to take all these seats. We learned from our mistake during the National Assembly elections, and we had a lot of divisions, and as a result, some of our people went to run as independent candidates against our official candidates, and some were so angry that they didn't even participate in the elections because of the selection process. So this time around, we have worked on that seriously, and we don't want any independent candidates that I know of so far, NPP campaign manager Lamin Cham told the Standard at regional office at KMC. I'll get back to this point. But the IEC Deputy Chairman, Joseph Colley, overseeing Canifin, said all candidates have fulfilled their legal requirements for eligibility, adding that the IEC would conduct its verification to ensure the 75 signatures that endorse their nominations are registered voters of their respective wards. Yes, he's saying that they have learned from their mistakes in the previous...
I know that's a point you will come back
I know, right? Because we've seen something like that.
It happens again.
It happened again.
Yeah.
It is repeating itself because during the National Assembly elections, a lot of people were like, okay, this election was not done properly. And we've seen members of the NPP going solo. And now it has repeated itself again with Ahmad Gite going solo.
Exactly.
After he believed that he has been, betrayed during the elections, primary elections held at the Brikama. Held at Brikama. I mean, we've seen something like that. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done on that side to ensure that, whenever they have primaries, people will not be complaining that the selection process was not done fairly.
All I know is if this time round there will be people who will be angry not to participate in the elections, then that's a problem, because that's what he said. The last time some people were angry and they didn't participate. They didn't even participate in the election because of the selection process. So I'm not this time round. You're giving UDP the upper hand. I want to understand what I mean. Because already the party is divided.
Yeah.
Send voters here, then you divide. Some are definitely going to vote for CDCC, and others will vote for Ahmed Jite, which is obvious.
Yeah.
Then so fake ne ñene send voters yi dañ mer just because of selection process bi nim demé, just like before. They will not vote, and if they didn't vote, then mooy gëna wañi vote bi. Division bi wañi nako, ñi mer tam suñ warta dem wañi nako, which means UDP will have a very clear, way towards victory. So they need to look at this. They need to come together if they definitely want to win.
Most
the
definitely.
council.
And we wish them all the best, as their target is to make the country go grey. Let's find out next month if that will really happen. Now, moving on, Hamna Nesma Mboki,
Laaj naa la ko.
Gay, Job, come na ko waxee si basi rek. Now, the Supreme Islamic Council is set to announce the start of Ramadan. The Supreme Islamic Council is calling a media event this evening to announce the start of the holy month of Ramadan. A statement from the body said the event will take place at its headquarters in Kanifing at 8:30 tonight. The Ramadan is widely expected to start at least latest Thursday, depending on the sighting of the moon. Yàlla mu nekk suba sax.
Waaw exactly lu xew na lan moo tax nga ñaan mu nekk suba non dama daw xam nga muus bu laka ci pooc dafa bëgg morom ki laka.
I don't understand.
Okay, you don't understand.
Anyways, we wish you all the best and during this holy month of Ramadan. May all your prayers be answered.
Allahumma amin. Allahumma amin.
Okay.
No uyuma bayal ma guux ndox parce que mën nañoo naaw rek ñu ne ëllëg la xam nga yow naanduloo.
Mbaru.
waaw bayal rek ma guux.
Okay, defal loolu kan. Anyways, as we all know, the Scorpions have converged in Morocco yesterday to where they will be traveling. They will be traveling to Mali in Bamako tomorrow to face up with the Eagles. Do they call them the Eagles? Yes, the Eagles
of Mali.
Of Mali, to hold a spot in the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations to be held in Ivory Coast.
Will they be able to fly high?
The Eagles? Well, if the Scorpions sting them, they won't be able to fly high.
They were stung before.
Yes.
And the poison.
But that was in 2021. So let's.
They might be having the same poison in their systems.
Of course, we are forever poisonous.
If that really happens, then they won't be able to fly high.
Most definitely.
Then we are going to sting them again.
Yes, as Coach Tom Sanford finalizes his list of players for the doubleheader against Mali in the next few days, some of his charges have started arriving in Morocco last night. First to arrive are Alfousseni Diatta, Ibrahima Koli, and Ismaila Jom. Sources told the Standard last night that the majority, if not all 25 players, were due to arrive latest this morning, and most of them have already arrived. I saw a picture that the Gambia Football Federation posted while they were having their breakfast this morning. The team will leave Casablanca for Mali tomorrow ahead of Friday's first leg. The Gambia is currently in second place in the group and would need to resist, if not beat Mali, in at least one of the two fixtures to stay realistically in the contention of one of the two available qualifying spots in the group. Analysts say these matches will be the hardest for the Scorpions, with both matches to be played without fans since CAF's disapproval of the national stadium. As we went to press last night, Coach Tom Sanford has called Abdoulaye Sanyang to replace injured Yusuf Njai.
Wow.
There are so many speculations, there are so many things that is happening around this selection. We will discuss one of it on Western social media because it's one of the most heated debate, right now. All the best to the Scorpions as they prepare to face Mali. It's not going to be an easy fight, as the analysts would say, because we need to win these matches.
We need to. That's why I want us to take a look at the points because Mali.
6 points.
6 points.
They won both matches that they played.
Both games they got 6. Gambia got like 3 points.
3 points.
Congo get 3, and South Sudan.
We won one and we lost the other one.
Yeah, that means we have 3.
Yeah, we have
and
3
Congo
points.
got 3 as well.
Yeah,
because they defeated the Gambia. So South Sudan you amudara.
Yeah, I guess something like that.
Yeah.
I've even forgotten.
No, that's it. I can vividly remember.
Okay.
South Sudan didn't have a point. They had 0 point. Gambia 3, Congo 3, and Mali 6.
Yeah.
So South Sudan are facing Congo. Gambia face Mali.
Yeah.
If we wins, then we have 6 points. together with Mali.
Yeah.
If South, if Congo wins South Sudan, they will have 6 as well. So the fact is 6-6-6-6. You see how tight that group would be.
So we need to win both matches to be
Yeah.
able to have secure
Exactly.
about
Why-
9 points.
yeah, that's-
if,
that's-
if Mali wins one match, they're already 9 points ahead.
Mali suñu winee rek jeex na.
Yeah,
They are
ñoom-
nine.
ñoom they are.
But li ma miin mooy ñun suñu amee ñun suñu winee sa Congo win rek. Groupe bi dafa funny.
Yeah.
dafa nekk Gambia 6 Mali 6 Congo 6 then South Sudan ñooñu moom génn nañ ci fo bi. Understand? So
And
ñun
it's
ñoo-
only two countries that will proceed.
Yep.
Just two. So it's definitely a very, very tough fight.
It will be a tough fight.
Yeah, it's not going to be
Especially-
easy.
Especially when Congo and Gambia wins.
Yeah, and
Right?
Mali, to be honest, Mali have been training a long since. Mali have been training, they've been training for this since last year, I think.
What have
Around,
we been waiting for then? Why didn't
Well-
we train like them?
it's Coach Thompson, ask Coach Thompson Fight and the GFF. Perhaps they would answer those questions. Mali have been prepared, and South Sudan too, because when we are playing with South Sudan, I had to follow their football federation to be able to watch our match with them. So every time they post new things, I'm alerted, and I get to see how they have been preparing for
No,
this.
they wouldn't waste time on doing things the right way,
Exactly.
because like imagine that South Sudan is a new country. Dëkk bu ndaw la.
Yeah.
Ba pare they have a very young team.
Yeah.
Inexperience. Xam nga so da ngay ne ñooñu xam nañ ne ñiñ bokkal groupe bi ñoo leen gën a experience.
Yeah.
They have
And maybe plus most of our players were playing in their league, so it would be very difficult to get them to come, train maybe 1 or 2 months ahead of this match. So perhaps, that would have been the issue there. But moving on to the Fourier newspaper, Mayor Bensouda has clarified rumors surrounding the Mbalit project. Mayor Talib Ahmed Bensouda has provided clarification on the rumors surrounding the Mbalit project implemented by the Kanife Municipal Council under his administration, saying they are politically motivated. Mayor Bensouda disclosed this on Fourier Radio last Thursday, 16th of March, declaring the early morning program aired by this media, the early morning program aired by this medium platform. According to Mayor Bensouda, waste collection has been a long-standing problem for KMC, but said his council was able to solve this problem during the last 4 years. For the past 4 years, garbage has been collected, he said. By reacting to the rumors on the Mbalit project, Bensouda said Gambians are not used to success from councils, and even at the government level. He said no one can bring a project, especially at government level, without public tender that informs the public of the development, so that anyone who is interested can come with a proposal, which they did under the Gambia Public Procurement Authority rules after advertising for the procurement of the vehicles. It was only Espas and TK Motors who came forward to express their interest in the activity with the council. He said after expressing their interest, council standing committee experts invited the two companies to ask if they were ready to pre-finance the project, as KMC lacked the funds to do so. He added that TK Motors declined to say they cannot pre-finance the project, but Espas Motors expressed willingness, and the council ratified the agreement and voted unanimously in support of the project, and it was approved by the GPPA. KMC is the only council that purchased itself mallet collecting trucks. People should stop spreading information without having any evidence to show credibility. We have passed through all necessary procedures before starting the project, he said, and said he implemented the project after his council exhausted all the required procedures. I have made several efforts to procure Mbalit collecting trucks from the government, but it never succeeded, he said. And it has made us as a council to go into the Mbalit project and have shown the entire country that as a council, we can implement such projects with the taxpayers' monies without relying on government support, Mayor Bensouda asserted. And yes, and President Barrow also threw something on this Mbalit project, saying he heard that, residents do pay these trucks money to take their Mbalits even after they are paying their tax. But I don't see anything wrong with paying for these garbages. Maybe councillor, they will not been doing it, but there are these people that have cards that come to your house and you collect.
No, more fi mo waxe du niti moo tax mo affaire council moo tax mo comme there was a time even time Jawara sax ak yoonu ñëpp bu nekk am na ko boo xam ne moto dafa romb ñëw tóor seen bel bi ñëpp génne seen balit ñu puus ñu yóbbu ñu dem we were not paying understand xëy na fa la moo waxee but not nit ñi moom ñoo moom seen balit ñoo moom seen moto ñooñu dañ invest
Yeah.
they are private investors they invest their on those trucks so obviously suñ la war a yóbbu la ngaa fay just like borom sareet ni ñoo def nii waaw moom xëy na council bi la doon wax ne gisu ko fenn xam nga lim miin daal mooy kenn warutoon a fay.
Well, but I don't see anything wrong with paying because motor they need to be maintenance. You understand? Come maintenance in motor, you know, it's expensive.
Exactly.
You understand? They need to be kept ready for whenever collecting garbage comes in place. And of course, those that are also going around to collect garbage too, they need to be paid salaries.
That's right.
And council cannot do it all, like they rightfully said. It was TK Motor, Espas Motors that pre-financed this Mbalit project and all. And now maybe perhaps Lucides and they need money to do that. And KMC, yes, is big, it's not big.
Because it's not them alone.
Yeah.
It's together with Espas Motors. So
exactly.
I don't know whatever agreement they have.
Yeah.
How much Espas Motors in return. But Foguman Espas Motors do and Halis just like that.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem. But Fufla don't wait. Like how many understand I mean. Lola don't wait na cancel see. Understand you want to jël mbalit te duñ fay. Because they've done
yeah. And moving on to the Point newspaper, let's take one story there because there's some stories here that are court related. We will not be able to discuss.
We can read that. Read the story if it's interesting.
Yeah, we can read it, but we cannot discuss. So we rather not just touch it as it. And the Assembly fails to consider anti-corruption bill due to inconsistency. The deputies on Monday could not go ahead with the anti-corruption bill for consideration as two different bills were served with different dates and years. The bill was also suspended because there was no report from 2019 when it was first tabled before the 5th legislature. It is reported that the Attorney General's office produced 3 versions of the bill, 2019, 2020, and 2022. There is confusion regarding the 2 bills, 2019 and 2020. There is one in green color and the other in pink. Speaker Fabakary Tombong said the pink was circulated in the 5th legislation and therefore it will be out of order for us to try to use the 2022 bill. So in these circumstances, we need to make sure everyone has their own copy of the 2019 bill. Till then, we suspend the sitting, he told legislation. Daura A. Jallow, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, was asked to regularize these bills and present the one suitable for consideration based on what was laid in the 5th legislature. Yes. Again, the anti-corruption bill has, the sitting was suspended because of all these little issues.
Yep.
They should have known better what to table and what not to table.
They find the confusion.
There is a confusion, obviously. Man, how ban at Lenyo discuss bill be debate, vote, and then it will be enacted. Because
bokk na ci li tax bari am ñewutoon demba ci programme so bi ma waxee fala mu ngi dem ci National Assembly bi man suma mëna waaw I hope tay nañ ko mëna dina mëna happen tay but gis nga ko li yàlla def so tay tam mënta possible it's a bad news.
It is man comme numa ko fuma nekk di waxe mo nekk comme government be send bopam they are very 100% ready to fight corruption. Whenever something as important as this this bill, which is one step ahead, or not just one step, a million step ahead in fighting corruption, the attorney generals will make sure that everything is regulated, everything is set in place before they go into sit-ins. Because this is a very important bill. Be like nyep texen boat right now. Everyone is so eager for this bill to be passed, to be enacted as a law in the country. Exactly. Because corruption each and every day, ministry be, institution be, corruption, file, this amount of money is missing Holland Health, Ministry of Health right now. The president said they're on investigation, but then, maybe if these bills were in place right now, do jail time maybe lunda lañu regulate rek duga court regulate issue bi yoy dafa ragalo ñu bari comme PS Banja li fi nam bi rek
yeah, which is very right. No mom dega ju wer peng la.
Most definitely. So mooy loolu. I think that will be all, Lipsy.
mooy
For
loolu
the newspaper.
mooy loolu moom mooy lan.
mooy loolu rek.
léegi-léegi moo wax nit ñi wax ba pare ne mooy loolu loolu moom lu moo tekki.
mooy loolu. mooy loolu rek. It is what it is. Wow.
But I understand.
loolu la mi it is what it is. Yes. It is what it is.
What is it?
What is it? See, my thoughts.
Exactly, they're ready, right? Well, if you're just watching us, this is the Breakfast Show. And let's go for a break. And then when we come back, we take a look at other issues as well. Stay tuned. We're coming back shortly after this.